In this video I'm going to show you how I make a beef curry, and first of all I'll show you all the ingredients. So here we have the ingredients. Here's roughly 2 pounds of diced beef. Important, this is brought out of the fridge for at least 40 minutes to an hour to get to room temperature. I got 3 of my own dried chilies, 4 cloves of garlic. I'm going to use a piece of fresh ginger, 3 onions, some curry powder, in my case it's the hot one, some garam masala, which is that, some coriander, some turmeric, some black pepper, ground pepper, need some salt, and believe it or not, some mustard powder there. So I'll get back to you in a minute. So there's the ingredients. I'm not going to show you how I prep the onions, that's easy enough, or the chilli, or the garlic, or the ginger, but I'll get back to you when we get to the cooking stage. So my first job before I start prepping the onions, garlic and that is to heat this pan, only on a fairly low, not too high. I need to seal the beef, so a bit of olive oil in there, let that heat up. And the reason I'm using so much beef is because I'm going to make a batch, put some in the freezer. Okay. Good bit of beef there. So just let that seal, and there we go. And what I mean by seal is we want it to be all the beef. I can show you. I want it to be like that all round. And that just seals in, and make it nice and juicy, and it'll cook slowly then in a pan. So let that seal, and I'll get back to you. Right then, so there's the beef all sealed. It's not cooked through, it's just sealed and in a separate pan ready. Next job is to do the onion, garlic, chilli and ginger. So in with the onions. I didn't, they're sort of coarsely chopped, not finely, because they're going to go to nothing in the end really. So here we are. There's 4 cloves there, 4 cloves of chopped garlic. There's I'd say 2 teaspoons of ground fresh ginger I've crushed, and some of my own chilies. So they can go in now. I can find my spoon. There we go. So in with the garlic. Sorry, I knocked you then. And in with the chilli and the ginger. Wish there was smell-o-vision. Right, they've been sauteing a bit. What I'm going to do now is add all the spices to this. So we want 2, if I can get hold of them, just bear with me. Right, 2 teaspoons of ground coriander. About, are you there, 3/4 of a teaspoon of garam masala. Half a teaspoon, roughly, that's to be exact, of turmeric. I may just put a touch more. There we go. I'm going to use half a teaspoon of ground black pepper. Bit of salt, just a touch. There we go. Now, this depends on your taste, but I add 2 teaspoons of hot curry powder, good ones. And just a sort of level teaspoon, if you can, of mustard powder. Now we'll mix that in, but we'll have to add water as well in a minute. But we're not adding it in this pan, we're going to put it all into a big saucepan, and this dries it up a bit and it's easier to work with. This is my own little method, don't you know, it works for me. Right, I'm going to transfer that now to the saucepan with the beef and I'll get back to you. Right, so I've added the mixture to the beef in this saucepan, and what I'm going to do now is add water from a boiled kettle. Some people use chicken stock, beef stock, coconut milk, but I don't. The coconut milk is makes it a bit too mild for me. So watch what happens. How much water? I just put it in as I go. Mix it up and I'll tell you. Well, it needs a lot more than that. Right. Oh, I wish you could smell this. Oh, beautiful. That's it. Now with this simmering, that's just right. See how that looks? You want the water to be just like that. And let that simmer now. I'll put the lid on, very low heat. And simmer, well, keep an eye on it, about an hour on a very, very low heat. And I'll get back to you then. So there we are, it's been going now about 30 minutes and I go to it every sort of few minutes to 5 minutes and give it a stir like this, leaving the lid on and just let it simmer like that. Now I'll give it another probably 10-15 minutes on a low simmer, but one thing I will say, it's very, very important to try, if you're not used to making curry or whatever, if you're using spices like this, as you go along, taste it. Make sure you like the spice you're using. Make sure you're not allergic to it and all this sort of stuff. But the secret is a taste. Oh, and that's superb. There's a kick. It's hot, just how I like it. But I didn't taste it as I go along because I know this is how I like my curry. So that's it. So there you go. That is my method of making beef curry from scratch. And there are various ways you can make curry, different other ingredients. Some people use vegetable stock, beef stock, chicken stock, depending on what you're cooking, instead of water. Other people use coconut milk, but milk or coconut milk for me defeats the heat. Makes it too mild if I'm using a hot curry powder or something like that. But very tasty. That's my liking. So it's important, if you try it, make sure you like the spices you're using, and maybe just add little bits to start. Keep tasting as you go along. That way you're building your own sort of curry, if you like, your own base, what you like. And what will happen now is I'll let this finish simmering. Once it's finished, let it go cold, and then I will put some in freezer bags in the freezer for future meals for myself. And I will leave enough marinating in a bowl so I can eat tomorrow night. So I'm looking forward to that, and it will be a bit thicker tomorrow. At the moment it's quite watery, but with it sitting there overnight it will become a bit thicker and really nice. So hope you enjoyed the video, hope you enjoy the curry if you try it, and thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you in the next video. Take care.